Good evening mga Kato-Talk. This is your DJ Kingly and Halika Usap tayo. I am with Coach Glenda. Hi, Ate Glenda.
Hello, DJ Kingly. Kamusta ka? Good evening. Kamusta ka? Kamusta ka?
I am good. How many weeks no, we missed the episode for Halika Usap tayo, but here we go again.
Oo nga eh.
Hangga't may oras po tayo, no? We wanted
Oo.
to always celebrate, no, itong mental health natin. Like we do have celebration last Friday about the mental health day, no? Kamusta naman po kayo? We hope that you guys are really, okay lang, no? And then October, we are celebrating the awareness month for mental health, 'di ba? Ate Glenda, gaano ka-importante that we are designating a specific date or specific month for the awareness of like
Mhm.
this mental health?
It's napaka-importante. Well, una, hindi lang naman dapat sabihin natin isang araw o isang linggo o isang buwan natin
Correct.
iniisip ang mental health. Pero to have a designated day or month or week, and it's different in different parts of the world, right? To have it designated
Mm,
as that, maganda at importante kasi nasa forefront, right? So we are able to actually give more focus on it doon sa mga araw o linggo o buwan na sineselebrate natin ang mental health. So katulad ng sinabi mo, um, ang month ng October dito sa Pilipinas, it's Mental Health Awareness Month,
mm,
right? So it's all, it's all kinds of different activities. Ang Philippine Mental Health Association, they do a lot of promotion for mental health awareness. And then last week, October 10th, World Mental Health Day. So, syempre, it was a big day. So importante, DJ Kingly, kasi nga napupunta sa
yes.
forefront, maraming activities, maraming events, noise around mental health. But again,
Mm-hmm.
we have to look at it and really say that it needs to be beyond those designated dates, right? Ang ating mental health.
Correct.
So, pero
Yes.
magandang merong ganon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Tama, tama. Like we are celebrating it all over the world, no? So, kumbaga, we are promoting the what we call global conversation pagdating diyan sa mental health niyan. We want to reduce the stigma in a sense, no? And then kagaya ng ano, 'di ba? We have this October we are also celebrating the End Polio Now campaign of Rotary International, 'di ba? We are
Yeah,
designated that, and same thing with the other uh, kumbaga, I would say global issues, no?
yeah.
And which is the mental health, 'di ba? And now, I'm excited because may bisita ka last time, no? Though hindi kasi
Yeah,
available during this span. So you have a visitor last time and we got a chance to have an interview, 'di ba? So pwede mo ba akong kwentuhan sino siya? Ba't ka nagkaroon
yeah,
ng interview sa kanya and ano po yung laman nung conversation ninyo?
yeah. Well, sino siya? So, ang pangalan niya, Surish Shaduri. I hope I pronounced that properly. So, he is
Mhm,
actually the secretary for Rotary Action Group for Mental Health Initiatives, right?
mhm,
And I can't remember his club, but he is in India, and he is, it's incredible to meet people that are truly advocating for mental health, right? So it's been great to be part of the Rotary Action Group for Mental Health Initiatives kasi naririnig ko yung kanilang mga ginagawa, not just for the Rotary, not just with the Rotary, but also in their personal
mhm,
lives, right? So see, Suresh, he's a psychologist, and
hmm,
he does work with cancer patients, and he has a mode of, I'm gonna say, intervention or treatment, which is sound healing. So doon sa interview
mhm,
namin, he talks a little bit about that, and truly it's inspirational to hear people doing different things to promote to promote the well-being, right? So um, like yung kinuwento niya sa akin, yung mga cancer patients, they really, when they're undergoing treatments, ang mental health ng mga clients niya is compromised, no? So may stress, may mga daladalang kung ano-anong iniisip, of course, not just because of the disease, but also, syempre, merong financial burden, right? Pagka merong cancer treatment. Pero yung kanyang ginagawa na intervention, which is, um, I'm gonna say it's a natural way, right? Natural way of relaxing the body and bringing the body back to balance. And he uses sound therapy, right? Yeah, sound therapy. So I didn't get a chance to really experience it, but he talked about it, and it's really all about calming the body, calming the mind, so that the body can
Mhm.
then do what it does, which is heal itself, right? So we're more likely to, well, of course, feel better when we're calmer, right? So, and then ang kwentuhan namin is syempre may mga tinanong ako sa kanya, pero ano, Kingly, I think it's just much better na i-play natin yung
Right.
video
Mhm.
para marinig ng ating mga viewers yung conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I'm really grateful na nagkaroon ako ng moment with Suresh, kasi I learned more about his work and really his passion for mental health, right? So,
Mhm.
so let's play it, and let's have people, the viewers, listen and comment in the comment section, and I'll monitor it. And pag may mga tanong po kayo, and I would be more than happy to answer any of those. And
Yes,
um,
yes.
even direct ang mga tanong kay Suresh pagka hindi ko kayang sagutin, right? It was really a
Mhm.
good
Mhm.
interview. So, uh, play na lang natin, King Lee.
Correct. Um, RAGMHI, like Rotary Action Group for Mental Health Initiative. Tama ba?
Yes. Oo.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
So,
Oo.
eto
So,
nalika usap tayo.
oo.
Yeah, yeah.
Siguro lalagay natin yung link ng website ng RAGMI sa comments,
Uh-huh.
sa comment section, para dun sa mga Rotarians na gustong mag-join sa Rotary Action Group for Mental Health Initiatives,
Mhm.
pwede silang mag-join, right? So, yon.
Yes, correct. Yeah. People is watching. Hi, People Lizelle. Hello po.
Hello, Pipi
Okay,
Lizelle.
let's play the video. Tonight on Halika Usap tayo, we joined by Miss Rita, the Secretary of Rotary Action Group
Suresh.
for Mental Health.
Oh, which one did
Okay.
you download? Wait.
Wait, sorry.
Yes.
Ala,
You know what? I
ala.
love live. Alin ang din-download mo? Because, okay, so I had two interviews.
Rita Agrawal. Sorry.
Okay. So let me talk about her now. Kasi I talked about Suresh. So
Okay, sorry.
Rita,
So sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Uh-uh.
So Rita is the chair. She's the chair for
Oh.
the Rotary Action Group for Mental Health Initiatives. And let me tell you about her. She's also a psychologist. And
Mm-hmm.
something that I really I'm inspired by her is she had initiated wellness in a box in India, and it is a way
Mm-hmm.
to educate students, in schools about mental health, mental illness, and to really equip them on how to overcome challenges, right? So she's got that initiative. It was a global grant. She talks a little bit about that in the interview. And she's got, I mean, I hope really people listen to this interview, because she made suggestions on what we can do for ourselves and also
Mm-hmm.
at the community level to help advance mental health. So, we are going to watch Rita Agarwal, who is the chair for Rotary Action Group for Mental Health
Right.
Initiatives.
But we promise that we will be playing the video of Suresh. Dalawa palang link yon. I'm so sorry.
Yes, it's okay. So, Sister Rish, we can play it next week. We can play it next week.
Yes. All right. Let's have it next
So
week.
for now, it's Rita.
Okay. But for now, it's Rita, guys.
Yes.
Okay, ganito talaga 'pag live 'no? At least
Oh,
meron po kaming mga
absolutely.
nakaabang.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's have, um, let's have, Secretary Rita of
Chair.
RAGMHI, no, mental health
Chair. She's the
chair.
chair.
Okay, sorry, the chair, the chair.
Yes.
Okay, okay, let's play the video. Okay, here we go.
All right. Hello. Hello, Rita.
Hi,
Thank-
Glenda. What a
yeah.
pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for, I know that there are so many things, there are so many places in this world where we can be and, spend time doing things, but here you are. Here you are saying yes, and here you are with me. So thank you so much for saying yes to this conversation, Rita.
It is
So,
absolutely my pleasure, Glenda, and always a pleasure to meet you. It's so nice to be with you, talk to you, and I'm so happy we have made friends in such a short time. I really, really admire you for the good work you are doing.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Thank you.
Yeah.
And likewise, Rita, I have attended a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times of the RAGMI monthly meeting.
Yeah.
And I really don't have to hear much or see much. I don't have to attend so many meetings for me to really feel that you and I are probably on the same boat trying to advance mental health in however way we can,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for saying yes to this. So my hope, Rita, today is just really ask you a few questions and to share this with our fellow Rotarians, right? So my first question, Rita, is really to ask you about RAGMI, right? Can you talk a little bit, or however much you want to talk about RAGMI? Tell us the history and how you got on the role, and yeah, tell us all about RAGMI.
All right. So I've been a member of Rotary Club of Nagpur since 2000, which is about 25 years now. But in but then I was a little bit lost because people were not very open to mental health programs. The concept, being a psychologist, my favorite place would be to work for mental health. But when a few bunch of people, of friends across the world approached me and said, "We are trying to form a mental health action group. Would you like to be one of the charter members?" And I thought, wow, I cannot say no to this. Of course, yes, I'm joining in. So we all joined in, we worked on the draft, we made the charter, and then it got formulated in 2016. So
Yeah.
that's almost nearing a decade. And what a journey it has been. It has been, earlier, it was quite a bumpy journey, where we were just trying to find our way through. And of course, we had set in motion the three goals which the Rotary Action Group would focus on. And we were like a resource base. But to tell you frankly, Glenda, I must confess that in the Rotary clubs, at least in India and in 3030, the district where I work, nobody had a clue of what a Rotary Action Group is. Forget about mental health. So people knew clubs, people knew districts, zones, regions, but what is an action group?
Yeah.
Action group means what? So it took us some time to explain to people that it's an action group. It works differently. It's recognized by RI. It's affiliated to Rotary International. It follows the RI policies, blah, 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 all that. But then I think we got a real boost. We all know the history when Gordon McNally came as the RI president in 23-24, and he prioritized mental health. And that was such a fantastic year, and it gave us a big boost. Now, what we have done is, so far, we have been working on three goals in the Rotary Action Group on mental health initiatives. One is breaking the stigma. We have a toolkit on that, which is a very popular toolkit developed by Darren Hans from UK. That's Break This, Don't Bottle It Up campaign.
Yeah.
And the second goal is to generate awareness and increase access to treatment. So generating awareness has a number of toolkits by which you can generate awareness, like you can have webinars, seminars, talks by experts, talk about depression, talk about anxiety, talk about stress management. And increasing access is like during COVID times, we started many helplines.
Yeah.
The government of India also started many helplines, which was a very nice thing for people to take treatment and online treatment. So the third goal is to increase the capacity, to build capacity of people who are not mental health professionals,
Yeah.
right? And that we do through like training the physicians or training nurses, psychiatric social workers, pediatricians in mental health, teachers. We did a program in building competency among teachers in school counseling so that they could help the child. So what happens in school? The primary contact is the teacher. For a little child in the general hospital, the primary contact is the pediatrician. So these are the people we wanted to tap in primary healthcare centers. The physician is the primary contact.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is build capacities of these professionals who are not mental health professionals, but give them the preliminary information and skills to identify and treat the mild problems of mental health, which will go a very long way.
Yeah.
Now, when I took over in July 2025 this year, I thought we must add one more goal. So it's known as the fourth goal. And the
What is
fourth
that
goal,
goal?
the fourth goal is actually my favorite goal, which is strengthening the individual from within.
Yes.
So this actually is part of positive mental health. It's part of promotion of mental health, and it's part of prevention of mental health disorders.
Yeah.
Right. And WHO has been really emphasizing this because they say this is more cost effective.
Yes.
The treatment is very costly, but economically, if you do prevention in
Yes.
community settings, in family settings, in school settings, and take it to the level where people are, basically spread it across the community level,
Yeah.
then this will go a long way in preventing mental health. And
Absolutely.
this is my focus because I have always been, as a psychologist in my private practice, I have been doing clinical work during my regular hours. And during school vacation time and college vacation time, I've been doing promotion of positive mental health by conducting workshops for children and the college youth and long programs, 15-day programs, 2 hours per day, on promotion of positive mental health, where we teach them the skills which are required: emotional skills, critical skills, thinking skills,
Yeah.
problem solving skills, building resilience, positive self image, confidence building. You see, this is what we require. If we strengthen the individual, then the chances of him or her falling ill is not zero,
Yeah.
but less.
Yeah.
Because he or she will be able to manage his life's challenges and overcome them and not succumb so easily. Because, see, in any illness, whether it's mental illness or physical illness, we cannot rule out the genetic component.
Yes.
We cannot rule out the biological component. If it hits you, you'll be ill. But the psychological dimensions, the sociological dimensions, the environmental concerns, all these determinants of mental health can be taken care of by building the individual from within. So that's my fourth goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, wow. So first, congratulations on the RAGMI to 20, like 2016. And here we are, going into a decade next year. So congratulations on that. Surely there were challenges,
Yeah.
right? But here you are still, even more so now, becoming more prominent because I mean, I don't even know if, I've never had conversations with Rotarians here in the Philippines about Rotary Action Groups. So I don't know what they know about Rotary Action Group, but I came across RAGMHI and I thought, wow, that's amazing, right? So, so congratulations on that. And
Thank
then
you.
also with Gordon McAnally focusing on the mental health in 2023, 2024. It's so good because you were already in a position, right, to take actions,
Yeah.
right? Hence action group. And it was really just a matter of following and not even following, but really creating even more impact,
Yeah.
and taking what you've started and making it bigger, right? And I love the don't bottle it up. I actually met with Darren Hans,
Okay.
and I love that. And now here you are with your fourth goal, which is strengthening the person from within. And I think that's the part that I love the most, Rita, is the health promotion aspect
Yes.
of that. And truly, that is where we can make an impact, a lot, like a lasting impact, not waiting until a person is ill,
Yeah.
but more so preventing,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
And I think I truly believe as a nurse, I was into the health promotion work. And so I see the value in that. So thank you for making that the fourth goal of RAGME. That's amazing. And I think there's just so much room for to work on that,
Yeah.
right?
So actually, we already have a number of projects in India and worldwide where they are doing what we call as social emotional learning from primary school. It is
Primary school.
from primary school.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And social emotional learning from primary school and training the children in regulation of emotions, understanding emotions,
Yeah.
and learning how to behave socially, put up a
Yeah.
good social behavior by managing your own self and managing others is such a fantastic program. In India,
Yeah.
also in schools, they have started this. And Rotary International also has some projects focused on social emotional learning.
Yeah. Such a need for it.
Absolute need,
Such a need.
absolute need for it.
Yeah. Now, here's a question, Rita. Is the government, like the local government units in India, how are they receptive to those programs? Are they partnering with?
So, yeah, they are partnering. So,
Okay.
what they do is, uh, after COVID, you would see a very different scene as far as mental health is concerned in India. Prior to COVID, they did recognize that teenage health was a problem
Yeah.
because of the number of deaths by suicide
Yeah.
are extremely high in India. And India may be on the higher side of teen suicides. So that was always a matter of concern. But somehow the schools were not following the dictates. Maybe 2 decades ago, the government of India had passed a government resolution saying schools should hire psychologists, schools should hire counselors. But the schools were not very receptive to the fact. But post-COVID, we have a new education policy, maybe 5 years ago, where they have now emphasized on mental health a lot. It's quite a comprehensive program, but then implementation will always take time because you need trained resources, you need faculty. That doesn't come easy. So on paper, the program is very good,
Yes.
but as you said, implementation will take time. And
Yeah.
this is where actually what I feel the government should take the help of NGOs like Rotary International.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There are other NGOs also. I'm not saying RI is the only NGO, but RI is one of the best NGOs, one of the largest NGOs in the world, the largest NGO in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
The government of India should connect. They do.
Yeah.
So in some, they are connecting on literacy and maybe other things, but mental health, not yet.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's probably going to take some time, right?
It's
Right,
gonna
Rita,
happen.
for that to happen. In the Philippines last year, I had heard that there is now a law that all schools are needing to have counselors and making sure that there are mental health services in all schools, right? And of course, that's going to take some time.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's going to be resources that's required, human resources, financial resources, training, and all these different things, right? And really to create a partnership with organizations that are already making their way
Yes.
and really prioritizing mental health is
Yes.
the key to have us really move forward a little faster, right? To save lives better, right? A little bit
So
better.
I always feel that for that to happen in a country like India,
Yeah.
we need somebody who will spearhead the program, somebody who's
Right.
a Rotary International Director,
Yeah.
or a president from India, who's a past RI president from India.
Yeah.
But I don't see it happening right now because I don't see anybody from the very top positions in India interested in mental health.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
making a very strong statement, but it,
yeah, I hear you, Rita, and I probably could say the same thing here in the Philippines. But I believe in the grassroots approach, working with the ordinary people and turning them into the champions, into the mental health champions, because there's just more of them, right? And to really, for me to wait for the leaders up above to, spearhead this work. I don't know when that's going to happen. So I'm a little bit impatient. So I love the grassroots approach and really just to go into the schools. And you said primary students, primary kids, like in primary schools, to educate them about emotional awareness. I mean, those are really key trainings for them to develop and grow into more resilient
absolutely.
individuals,
Absolutely.
right?
So this is one area where we can promote all the Rotary clubs to do work, as you said, grassroots work. So
Yeah.
if each club in their district, in their area, could do some sort of an intervention in social emotional learning with primary school kids,
Yeah.
I think that would be a very major impactful work.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take note on that. And it's actually anyways, it's a conversation on the side, Rita. But yes, there's a lot of room for improvement, and there's so many different avenues where Rotary clubs can really make an impact, right? And
Yeah.
simple projects, but to be able to reach those kids at that level,
Yes.
it's just so impactful, right? So thank you for that project idea. But so Rita, I'm curious if and you can answer this question from any which way you want. Um, I know that for every mental health champion I meet, there is a story behind their fire, their fuel, and they really, people who champion mental health, we are pulling not just from you being a psychologist, I'm sure. Do you mind sharing where are you coming from in terms of your work that you do?
Uh, Actually, you'll be surprised that there is no story behind my motivation for psychology except for my love for psychology. So it so happened that when I was at school level, high school level, science was not an option for me.
Mhm.
Whereas I belong to a family where most of them are engineers, and that was so shocking for me because I said, no, I can't do maths and I can't do science. So I knew that I loved philosophy because as a child I was always, a little bit lost with the world. Who am I? Why am I alive? Why have I come here? I had that bent of mind. It was always like I was looking at a larger picture and trying to question as to where do I put myself in this world. So I was not somebody with a very strong conviction, and how traditionally in psychology we have a word. I was not a very fully socialized human being into the traditional mold. And I was rebellious, and I would question everything, and I would say, why this? Why this? So when I went to take philosophy in college first year, there was a counselor there, the teacher, and she was a psychologist. So she said, what subjects will you take with it? I said, I don't know. What about psychology? I said, you tell me. She said it'll make a very good combination because historically, psychology has been part of philosophy. It was never a separate branch. And it wasn't a separate science until maybe 100 few years ago, 120, 130 years ago. It became separate because it went into the laboratory with studies on sensation and perception and consciousness and memory and things like that. So it became a science. Historically, it has been part of philosophy. So it was the most natural conclusion. She said, take psychology. I said, all right. And of course, other subjects were there. So gradually, when I was in the graduation process, I found psychology better. And I said, this is more practical, more applicable, and more something tuned to the human being, to me as a person, rather than something which is very mystical and abstract and something which you cannot feel and deal with your senses. So it was a very major shift for me. I left philosophy and came into psychology. And this science has helped me grow up. This science has helped me understand myself, understand people. So I have used it on myself. Yeah. So I don't have any major trauma or a story to tell, but I just loved the subject. And I loved the way I could, put it across to people and help them. And in fact, I would neglect my studies and get into the application part. So I was a good listener. I was very introverted, shy, not very friendly, but very accessible. People would find me somebody whom they could, go and talk to and share because I was quiet and secretive and, aloof. So if they had a personal problem, they would come and share with me. So,
Yes.
so there you were. I was like a counselor already during my undergraduation.
Yeah. Well, Rita, you may say you don't have a story behind it, but I love that you said you love asking questions,
Yeah.
right? And it wasn't about like you had a strong conviction, but you were like asking questions and you were like exploring,
Mm.
right? And I think that is such a key, that's an essential. For us human beings, asking questions, being curious as to what is there, what is, what is there that you can't see beyond your vision, what is there, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's really, it says a lot about your passion for mental health, because really mental health is not something that you can easily see with your eyes unless you're totally observing. But a lot of it is really just being curious about somebody and how they're doing and how they're feeling. And, is there something going on that I'm not seeing, right? And so I think that's so good for you to do the work that you
Yeah.
do.
I mean, every human being on this earth is so unique and so different. And we actually cannot define them by their caste or class or race or religion. We cannot define them. It is a very external social definition. If I say I'm a Hindu, I'm a Christian, and I'm born in a middle class family and I belong to India or I belong to Philippines, this is just an external characteristic.
Yeah.
But my mind is totally different.
Yeah.
And there are commonalities. So we say that every human individual have a lot of things which are common because you're a human being. So there are commonalities between you have the same needs, you have the same desires, you have the same aspirations, maybe not. Aspirations is a socially defined aspiration. But every individual is also unique. So there is no carbon copy. Even a twin is not a carbon copy. The similarities are external, but internally they are all very different. And that's really beautiful because for you, if I look at the person who comes into my clinic, I don't have any set solutions that here is a set solution, take it and you'll be all right. No, I must look into that person's uniqueness and see what will suit you, which may not apply to others, but this will apply to you. And they have to make the choice. So they have to help me. the person sitting in front of me has to help me help them.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I can't
absolutely.
help them.
Yeah, can't help somebody who can't, who's, it's got to be really, and like you said, it's, the person has to come to you. That means they desire for change, they
Yeah.
desire for help. And for you, you're right, for a person to be helped, they have to allow another person to help them.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I agree, the mind is such an incredible thing, and it is endless and limitless, and yeah, and it's a beautiful thing, right? But yeah, I think all that, Rita, it tells me why I'm so, when I see you on the screen, I'm drawn to listen to you, because you're just so much about what you do, and the fact that you're just curious about stuff, right? I'm also curious about stuff, and I like to ask questions. So now I see the alignment, Rita.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
don't have rigid and fixed ideas. I'm
yeah,
always looking for, and if you look at science even today, it's innovating all the time.
yeah,
The scientific research is progressing.
yeah,
Innovations are taking place. So the psychology I studied 40 years ago is also changed today. And when you are, if you have to look, like we try to see the new generation, then there is my generation. There is already quite a generational gap. And if you have to understand the generations, we have to place them in the socio-economic political context of society. So there's no point in saying today's generation is like this, or today's generation is, we were like this and today's generation.
yeah,
No, no.
yeah,
You have to understand what situation, socio-political, economic situation the child is born in
yeah,
and how it impacts him. And then you understand his psychology. So I cannot study a child's psychology of a young child from my generation perspective. I will be totally wrong in my analysis.
yeah. And hence the whole labeling,
Ah,
right? There's a toxicity to that, right? When we label the generation X, the generation this and there that, without really understanding what does that mean, and what is their current, the current environment,
yes,
right? Political, social, all that stuff.
yes.
What does that say, right? And yeah, you're right, Rita. The labeling of this generation and that generation is a little bit limiting,
It's
right?
redundant.
Yes, yeah. And it really prevents us from understanding exactly where people are coming from,
You have to
right?
put them in a context to understand them. Like,
Exactly.
from where is this person talking? What generation does he belong to? What was
Yeah,
the political condition at that time?
yeah,
What is he reacting to? So
yeah,
when I see the Indian history, India went through a very bad colonial period, and I don't know if I should talk about it. It was in 1947 where we had the partition of, it is the world's largest partition in where the nation was split into two, India, Pakistan, by the
yeah,
British. And my parents belong to that generation. It was 1947. My father was born in 1927. So he was already 20 years old when the partition took place. That forms their consciousness very strongly.
yeah,
They don't forget, they have
yeah.
memories. And that those memories pass on to generations and generations because they tell us stories.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
And
And
it just came to my mind.
yeah, well, it's telling of how our mental health is at this point, in this moment in time, how it's evolved to be what it is,
Yeah.
right? Influenced by all the other things that happened in the past,
Yes.
right? And really with no awareness of why things were, like how things were back then, we become trapped into a certain mindset, shall we say,
So
right?
let me mention a book which I read last month. It is known as The Anxious Generation,
Yes.
and it is written by Jonathan Haidt. And he talks about the evolution of technology, the digitalization of the world, and how it has impacted children. So when he says the anxious generation, he talks of the youth of today. And he says in 2007, the smartphone came into your hand. So the smartphone was in the palm of every person on this earth, including the children. And 4 years down the line, so 2008, 9, 10, 11, they did massive research across countries with a very large sample size, and they found that anxiety, loneliness, disconnect, social disconnect started after 4 years of the smartphone's entry into our life.
Isn't that interesting?
It's a 2024 book published in 2024, and it's a bestseller, The
Yeah.
Anxious Generation. So
Yeah.
he says the digital world also impacts your psychology and your mental health.
Yeah.
Because today we are just dominated and dictated by the digital
Yeah.
world. If
Yeah.
AI is coming into my life, I don't know where it's going to lead the children.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
be gone, but how will it impact the children? They are losing their jobs, they are losing their careers. The standard ways of looking at something is totally changing.
Yeah. 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 The evolution of things, right? But with awareness, right? With awareness, education, and really probably even setting the intention of what direction do we want to be heading?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Asking ourselves, where are we heading with this? And then can I change? Can I, get into my car and navigate myself?
But I
Right?
get a feeling that technology, the way it is progressing, will take over the human being.
Yes.
There is a fear in my mind.
Well, I remember a cartoon called Jetsons, Rita. I don't know if you've heard of it, Jetsons, but who knows? Maybe we're going to experience that. But another topic. But Rita, I want to bring us back to mental health. It's all mental health. I mean, everything really is mental health, right? But I want to ask you about a big project that you were a great part of, which is Wellness in a Box. Can you tell a little bit about that? Can you share with us about
Yeah. I can talk about wellness anytime, anywhere.
that?
Such a fantastic project we did.
Yeah.
So, the Wellness in a Box is actually a project aimed for high school children, which generates awareness, and it's on prevention of depression and anxiety among high school children. So, there we train the eighth standard children. We chose eighth standard. Some countries they choose ninth and 10th. In India, we started from eighth because the suicide rates start from ninth. So we said we'll preempt it, we'll start from eight.
Yeah.
And then we train the parents of all the eighth standard children, and we train the teachers of the 5 schools in which we did the project. And this was a project which actually ran for 4 years. Instead of 3 years, it ran for 4 years. And also, the curriculum for this Wellness in a Box we picked up from Boston Children's Hospital, where there is a program called Break Free from Depression, which is an online digital program which anybody can take free of cost, and appear for its small little exam and get all the material. You can get the manual. So it's a beautifully structured program where they give you all the material, the PPT, the questionnaires, the pre-survey, the post-survey, where you can measure the outcome of what you have done. And we did it in 5 schools. Plus, along with the awareness and training programs, we also put in place a psychologist, free services of a psychologist in the 5 schools for 2 years. So she was visiting the schools and offering her services, because what happens after you generate awareness on mental health? People want help. People come forward, children come forward for help, parents come forward for help. And then what do we do with that? So actually, when you are doing an awareness program, you have to follow it up with services. Otherwise, it's like leaving them in the lurch. Right. Now, and then along with it, there was, as you know, global grants follow a sustainability clause. So we were asked, what is your sustainability condition? So we said, all right. So what we did was, from the 5 schools, we picked up 2 teachers every year. So first year 10 teachers, next year 10 teachers. And we curated, for the first time in this whole of Central India, a 1-year diploma program on school counseling for teachers. So I did the basics, and I got involved the principal of the school council, principal of the college, and together we sat and we curated a program on school counseling, which was totally non-existent in this part of the world. And we made it, of course, since it was a grant in aid, we made it free for the teachers. And we allowed other people from the city of Nagpur, other teachers, to come into the diploma with their own fees and payment. So it became popular. So first year we sponsored 10 teachers. Next year we sponsored another 10 teachers. So 20 teachers and 4 teachers per school. So what happens when the psychologist moved out, the teachers took over. So all these schools have a resource in the person of a teacher who can take care of the children's mental health problems. And this is the first phase of the project. The second phase of the project is what is known as Peer Leadership Development Program. Now, the Peer Leadership Program is where we select a few peers who are open-minded. They have the certain criteria for being good listeners, non-judgmental attitude, and we train them in becoming peer leaders in the school. So they act as the person, and we created a badge for them. It's a very pretty badge where we say Rotary Peer Leader. So first we train them for 4 hours. 4 hours in 2 sessions, 3 sessions, till they feel comfortable. And then they are the ones who identify on the school campus the child in distress from primary upwards to high school, and then go and sit with the child and say, hey, can I help you? Would you like to talk? Any problem you want to discuss? So they are sympathetic. And what we trained them was 3 basic counseling skills of psychology, which is something I would just like to promote everywhere. One is active listening. One is non-judgmental attitude. And the third is empathy, empathetic listening. So we train them in these 3 counseling skills, and then we put them on the job, and we put a teacher supervisor in charge of the leaders. So they can be in a particular school 5 leaders or 10 leaders. And the role of the leaders clearly defined that you are not a counselor. Don't overstep your limits. The ethical considerations, don't gossip. You listen to the problems of a child and go and spread it out in the world and say, hey, he has a problem like this. So don't do that. There are ethical, moral considerations. And the third element is refer to the school counselor. You are not to counsel the child. You are only to identify, listen. Sometimes we have seen peer-to-peer listening solves the problem. You are in distress because you just got a shouting from maybe your parent or your teacher, or you had a fight with another friend, and you just want somebody to listen to you neutrally. Your problem is over. But if you bottle it up, and nobody listens to it, and you don't have an outlet for it, and you don't know what to do with it, so you suppress the emotion. Yeah, you suppress the emotion, and then it becomes a disturbance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we preempt the problem by creating peer leaders. That's one part. The second part is, by creating peer leaders in a particular school, you create a positive atmosphere for mental health in the school. Because we tell them, don't bully, don't tease, don't make fun of children, don't ridicule. If a child has a problem, you're not to say, oh, tu to pagal ho gaya, you're mental. Sorry, I broke into Hindi. So you cannot say that you've gone mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to say that he has a problem and we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
So the stigma of mental health goes down.
Yeah. Beautiful. That's so many layers. There are so many layers, right? Like the different layers of actions in
Yeah.
that project, Wellness in a Box.
It's a very nice project.
Yeah, I love it. And I love that it's a school-based
It's school-based.
program. And I love that you actually took the teachers and you made them be, right, the ones to support after the psychologists are gone. So yeah, yes to sustainability.
So it was very interesting. Teachers always, if you normally talk to a teacher, they always feel, we know counseling because we deal with children. That's a mindset. And I said, I challenge you, after the 1 year course program, you will have a 360 different view of counseling.
Yeah.
What you think of counseling today as a teacher, and what you think of being a counselor after the 1 year program,
Yeah.
you are going to, your perspective is going to shift 360 degrees.
Yeah.
It will be a turnaround. And it happened.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard the 360 turnaround. Oh, that's amazing. That's really good, Rita. Congratulations on that. And I can have more conversations with you on that and other things that I'm doing here, and maybe you can help me. But so good. Congratulations. So there's such a need for those kind of programs, interventions, right? And just to have those support for people who are at risk, right?
Yeah.
And amazing. So congratulations. Now I see why it was granted the grant and also why you received an award for it.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, and I'm sure you didn't set out to do it, to get an award. I'm sure you set out really to do it to create an impact, and it's so good that it was recognized because it truly is inspirational. So thank you for that. And so with that, Rita, I would like to ask if you had, wishes and dreams for the Rotarians, right? Because I believe, this is what I believe. Rotarians are in such a powerful position. I mean, here in the Philippines, we are in a powerful position because we are looked at positively, by the people in our community. So there's so much power in that, right? So in terms of mental health, in terms of advancing mental health, what are your hopes and dreams? And maybe tie into that question, what kind of actions, would you recommend to our fellow Rotarians to help advance mental health?
So, see, one is doing programs and projects for the society and community outside. And we remember Gordon McNally, as a president, always said, let's do something for the Rotarians within also, within the Rotary. So let's take care of the mental health of Rotarians. So we also we want to push that agenda where Rotary clubs should also, maybe once a week, have some sort of a connection with mental health in their clubs. So maybe a talk by an expert, or maybe get the rotractors involved, or maybe even, like have programs on care and concern. For example, somebody said if a Rotarian is absent for 2 meetings, then we give them a call and say, hey, we missed you. Why haven't you come? And how are you? Are you doing well? Is there anything I can do for you? So basically, showing compassion, showing kindness, showing care and concern for Rotarians within the club. I think this is very important. What we did in Nagpur was, because of this Wellness in a Box, we organized a program for the Rotarians, and they are like the parents, and we called in the children, where we taught them empathetic listening. So children wanted the program, that parents don't listen. One of the common complaints we hear is parents don't listen to us. So we said, all right, maybe that's a very cultural thing in India also, because parents are slightly in India more controlling, traditional. They want things their way. So we did empathetic listening with non-judgmental attitude for parents. And we did practical sessions on that. And believe me, in the role play primary role play when we called on the spot volunteers, because we did not rehearse, and we said we'll do on the spot program. So we called two parents at a time, and we called a parent and a child and say, okay, here's the child, somebody else's child, not the mother and child. So we said, here's a problem which you are presenting to your mother, supposing she's your mother, present a problem. And we strict instructions to the parents that you are just to listen and then empathize and then maybe just sum up the problem. But what did all of them start doing? Advising. And we said, no. We said everybody has failed. We did 5 role plays on the spot. No parent passed the standard. So we said, what is happening? And they all started laughing. And they said, maybe we have to do more of this. So there are the 3 basic counseling skills are so important, not only for mental health, but for general well-being of society. Empathetic listening, active listening, non-judgmental attitude, open-mindedness. There are some more things we are now working on. One is conflict resolution. How to stop the escalation of conflict. Do you know how Rotarians fight with each other?
India too.
Lots of it. So we have groups and we have tug of war between the groups. And we want to say that please don't escalate the situation. So how to talk a language of peace, how to de-escalate the situation, how not to get into conflict.
Yeah.
And to be, social interaction has to be amicable. So a social personal interaction has to be amicable. So these are the good things, good behavior, which we can promote. Besides going into the treatment part, which is, as you know, mental health follows a continuum. So from wellness to illness.
Yeah.
But what I'm focusing on is more on the preventive and positive side. So we are talking of promoting good behavior, good strategies, good skills, which can help you and de-escalate the situation in society.
Yeah.
So that we don't go there. But besides that, also we have a large geriatric population also now growing in our club because it's a very old club, one of the oldest clubs. I always feel we should do something for them. Take them for picnics, make them meet, have outings for them. There's so much you can do for children, for geriatrics, for normal adults.
Yeah.
I mean, the mental health spectrum is very vast. It touches all the aspects of your life.
Yeah.
You can pick up any aspect and start working on it, whether it's communication. So, see, there are 2 aspects to mental health now. One is as an individual, how I take care of my own mind. So, what is the mind? What are the functions of the mind? How do I understand the mind? And how I take care of myself. The second is how I deal with the world. What do I bring on the table when I meet another person? Am I open-minded? Do I listen? Am I friendly? Do I get into a conflict very easily?
Yeah.
Do I agree to disagree?
Yeah.
And can I stay together in spite of all disagreements? Can we still stay together as human beings?
Yeah.
Right? So this is it. This is it.
It's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
A lot of skills that need to be taught, but definitely all doable because we do see improvements when it is applied, right? When it is learned and when it is taught, we do see improvements, right? I love that you said about that, take care of myself and then asking yourself, how am I with the world, right? And really those 2 things are so connected that when you are taking care of yourself, you do become more mindful of how you are with the world.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're better with yourself, you tend to be better with others. You tend to be more compassionate, more empathizing with other people when you are taking care of yourself.
Yeah, so what happens that first I must know how to understand myself, my emotions, my thought process, and to regulate my emotions and my thought process. And this requires a lot of skill building for myself. And then when I deal with society, then also we have to teach children how to deal with society and what are the skills required to move into society, to do negotiations,
Yeah.
to handle challenges with people on the workplace, on the job, everywhere.
Yeah.
So, as you rightly said, Glenda, skill building can be a very major focus area. Skill building among the children, among the youth, among elderly, parents, workplace,
Rotarians.
Rotarians,
We need that too, right? Yeah.
even
I mean, there's just,
Rotarians.
yeah. And like you said, the mental health spectrum is so vast. And there's so many things that we can do. And we can find ourselves in that spectrum at any given time, depending on what's happening in our lives, right?
Yeah.
And when we have those skills that you were talking about, it doesn't really matter where you are in that spectrum. What happens is when you have those skills, you're able to move through the spectrum and towards the part of the spectrum that you want to be a part of, which is on the wellness side,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah. And I think that just gives you more control, or maybe the word isn't control, but it gives you more empowerment, right? You're more empowered and you're more resourceful um, in really working on your level of wellness that you desire, not
Yeah.
haphazardly you find yourself in that, spectrum, and then you don't have any skills to help yourself to get you out of that part.
So I think psychology as a subject is important for all,
Yes.
and it should be taught to everybody in small little doses, maybe not the entire subject field because it's too vast a subject field, but some, like you said, some basic skills, social skills, personal skills, social emotional regulation, emotional regulation. We need to teach this in a very big way.
Yes,
It
I
has to
agree.
become part of the curriculum in school level from
I
primary.
agree. I so agree, Rita. And so when you have a list of offerings that you have with RAGMHI, please let me know and I will be.
No, at 3030, we have a whole list of offerings
Yeah,
for school children and for college students.
yeah,
We already have a long list of offerings, which as I told you in my practice, and after when we have holidays, all I do is positive mental health training workshops. So we have a list of skills which we help children develop. I
yes,
can pass that list to you anytime you want.
yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We have not
Uh,
put it up on RAGME, but it's there with us.
yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. And there's a lot of resources, really, Rita. There's a lot of resources. We just have to uh, know where to look
Yeah.
and also ask, right? To ask those questions and to ask for support and keep our ears open because we just never really know, right? We are crossing paths with people, and when we are curious, asking questions, ears are open, we can really have that connection, and we find ourselves like this in a room with somebody, and you are connected, and really whatever it is that they shared, it adds to you as a person, and it adds to whatever it is that we give out to the world.
So I would also request your viewership to go through the RAG Mental Health website. And we have a number of toolkits already in place, which
Yeah.
people, all Rotarians and clubs can use, those who are members.
Yeah.
And we will try to develop some more toolkits because
Yeah.
these toolkits give you a structure and a guideline, and they give
Yeah.
you the resources and to how to proceed further. So we can develop lots of other toolkits, which is there
Yeah.
in our mind,
Yeah.
but we need
Absolutely.
more people like you to volunteer with us.
I am I am looking. I'm really excited. And I just know that things happen, things happen with um good effort, and we allow for time, and I am hoping that there are more people that will come into the mental health space
I just love it.
to
I
do,
love it.
to do the work. But thank you so much, Rita.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Such a
you are
pleasure.
so,
Such a
yeah, you're
pleasure
so
talking to you.
welcome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Stay well, keep fit, keep happy.
Thank you. Thank you, Rita. And you as well. You as well.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you so much. And so with that, we hope to have you, I hope to have you back and hear more from you in future
Okay.
future conversations.
Anytime. Anytime.
Okay. Thank you, Rita.